So we all know there's a labor shortage right now, and a lot of people are saying it's due to workers being lazy, while others say it's because workers are scared of getting the virus and the companies aren't paying enough. I personally think it's because we have way too many choices on Netflix, but hey, what do I know? Anyway, since there are so many people out there looking for a job, I thought I'd start a new segment where I interview job seekers, and hopefully, a potential employer will see this podcast segment and go ahead and hire them. So today we have Sam Stedman, videographer and video editor, as well as he has some experience with some graphic design as well. So, Sam, thanks for being on the show today. Not a problem, man. Not like I had anything better to do with my time since I'm unemployed. Well, still. No, yeah, but I appreciate it. So I guess we'll just start with the basics. Go ahead and tell us a little about yourself and the journey through the world of media. Yeah, man. So I went to the University of North Texas. That's the one in Denton, right? Yeah. That's the one. Okay. Yeah. I'm sorry. Go on. All good. Yeah. So I went to UNT. I graduated from there in 2017 with a degree in media arts. During my time at UNT, I worked on a lot of projects. I worked on this show called Billy as a production assistant. I just kind of ran around and did favors for everyone. And I worked as an actor in one episode. I worked on another show called The Writer's Room. I worked as the audio assistant. So basically, I just had to stand there and hold that stupid boom mic. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, someone's got to do it. And I worked on this Whose Line Is It Anyway type show where people did improv. On that one, I worked as the technical director. That one was it was probably my favorite one, just because the people I was working with were extremely talented, and I just worked the cameras as the technical director. So it was kind of like getting paid to sit there and watch TV. I even directed my own segment, doing like a talk show type thing. And I did, lead audio assistant for various other projects during my time in college. Okay. And what have you done post-college? So post-college, I started my own podcast called the Millennial Project Podcast. And I also do my own movie reviews on YouTube. Millennial Project Podcast? What is that about? Right. So TMPP, or the Millennial Project Podcast, is a podcast that I did primarily focused on current events. So I would talk about politics mainly, and give my opinion on certain topics. We also talked about movies and various games that were coming out that we were interested in. Politics, though, that's a pretty hot button issue for a lot of people. Yeah, but I always felt that it was important to discuss those kinds of things, because in this day and age, everything is politics. If you're silent, you're siding with the oppressor. At least that's the way I saw it. Okay. Yeah, I get what you mean. Tell me a little more about the process that goes into doing your movie reviews. Right. So basically, I sit down, I watch the movie, I take notes on my phone as I watch. I'll write down my thoughts and observations on the film, and after that, I will write my review and read through it like 90 million times just to make sure everything's correct, and make sure I've made all the points that I want to make. And once that's done, I'll record it with Adobe Audition, and then I'll scour the internet for music that I want to use in my trailer before my review, and then I'll start editing the review. Normally, I'll have like a digital copy of the film, and I'll use that for my editing. And what software do you use to edit the reviews themselves? Yeah, so like I said, I use Adobe Audition to record the voiceover, and I use Adobe Premiere to edit the review itself, and then I'll use like Photoshop or something for the thumbnails. And I saw you do trailers before your reviews. Do you make those trailers? Yeah, I a lot of people ask why I do those trailers. I do make those myself. The reason that I do the trailers is just to give people like an overview of the movie. And the trailers, they are fun to do. So that's part of the reason that I make them myself. It's more of just a creative outlet. Wow, very nice. Thanks. And what would you say is one of the hardest things about doing your reviews in the podcast? Yeah, so, well, just for the record, the podcast is no longer a thing. And it ended up being canceled because my co-host, they had other priorities at the times. But I would say the hardest thing with the reviews and the podcast was actually making content that people wanted to engage with. You know what they say, only make the content that you yourself would want to watch. And then keeping the users engaged is a tough part. I haven't quite found my way of, expressing myself on the platform. But I know that each video and each podcast that I do is it's better than the last one. So, I'm getting there. And what would you say is your ultimate goal in your career? Honestly, that's a little difficult to say. I have so many interests when it comes to the media space. I really enjoy watching movies and the entertainment they provide, but I also like to discuss politics, and I feel like something in that realm would help me to make a difference. All I know right now is that I want to be a prominent content creator and make content that's fun and engaging while also being informative. Okay. All right. Well, Sam, I really appreciate you coming on today. I'll leave your information in the description below. So if anyone wants to get in contact with you, they can do it right there. Do you have a website for that people can visit? No, not yet, but I'm working on that. All right. Well, I appreciate your time, and maybe we'll have you on again. I would love that. We will definitely look into it. Next, we have Elon Musk coming on to discuss his new transporter.